All right, deep divers, ready for another deep dive?
Let's do it.
Today, we're looking at Turbo, this cryptocurrency.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of that one.
It's making some waves, and we're going to find out why.
Right.
So get this, it launched with a budget of just $69.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, $69.
You're kidding?
I know, crazy, right?
That's wild.
So we've got their white paper right here. Let's dive in and see what they're all about.
Okay, let's see it.
So one of the things that really jumps out at me right off the bat is this whole idea of decentralization.
Yeah, it's like they're taken to the next level, right?
Exactly, like no board of directors, no CEO calling the shots.
Nope, it's all community governance.
Okay, so that's a huge theme in Web3 these days.
It is. It's fascinating to see how it's playing out.
Okay, I'm intrigued, but also a little confused.
Okay.
How can a project function with no one at the helm?
That's a good question.
Isn't that like a recipe for chaos?
Well, that's where the renounced smart contract comes in.
Okay, break that down for me.
Think of it like this. You're baking a cake with a recipe. That's your smart contract.
Okay.
Once it's in the oven, you can't change the ingredients, right?
Right.
A renounced contract does that. It sets the rules in digital stone permanently.
Gotcha. So no one, not even the creators, can mess with the code once it's launched.
Exactly. And that's a key aspect of Turbo.
Interesting.
It's designed to be truly community-driven. The white paper really emphasizes this. They say the future of Turbo is in the hands of its users.
Okay, but community-driven projects can be a mixed bag, right?
They can?
Sometimes it's just a buzzword.
You're right.
How does Turbo actually empower its users?
Good question.
Like, what control do they really have?
So it's a valid question. And Turbo seems to walk the walk here. They use online forums,
Okay.
social media, and even direct voting mechanisms to gather input from users.
So it's about harnessing that collective intelligence.
And creativity, yeah.
I see, so it's more than just token ownership.
Much more.
Users have a real say in the project's direction.
Absolutely. They're not just along for the ride.
Gotcha.
They're shaping Turbo's journey.
Okay.
And this approach has yielded some impressive results.
Like what?
Give me some specifics.
Yeah, give me the details.
For one, they've managed to get listed on over 90 exchanges,
Wow.
which is huge, especially without a traditional roadmap.
Yeah, for sure.
Their market cap is also growing steadily.
Okay. Color me impressed.
It's clear there's a lot of interest and confidence in what they're doing.
Okay, let's dig into the nuts and bolts of Turbo. The tokenomics, the nitty-gritty.
Let's get into it.
They have a total supply of 69 billion tokens, right?
That's right.
Why that number?
It seems kind of random.
It does.
Well, it's certainly a memorable number that probably plays a role.
Okay.
But in terms of distribution, 60 billion were released through crowdfunding.
Okay.
And the remaining 9 billion are allocated to the founder.
Ah, so the majority of tokens are out in the wild.
Exactly.
Reinforces that whole community ownership thing. But what about that founder allocation?
Yeah.
9 billion seems like a significant chunk.
It is. It's worth noting, but it's important to consider the context.
Okay, what do you mean?
Well, a lot of crypto projects allocate a much larger percentage to founders and investors.
Yeah, that's true.
Turbo's approach leans more towards community distribution.
Interesting. So they're putting their money where their mouth is.
Oh.
And another thing that caught my eye was no transaction taxes.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty sweet for users, right?
Absolutely.
Makes the whole experience more efficient.
For sure.
Okay, so we've got decentralized governance, community-driven development, and user-friendly tokenomics.
So far, so good.
What's the tech behind all of this?
Well, Turbo is built on the Ethereum blockchain,
Okay.
which leverages its security and transparency.
Yeah, Ethereum, a solid choice.
It adds credibility.
Okay, now let's talk about the legal side of things.
Right.
I know the crypto world can be a bit of a Wild West sometimes.
It can be, but that's where Turbo's transparency shines. The white paper is very upfront about the risks involved in cryptocurrency.
Good.
And it explicitly states that Turbo is not considered a security under current legal frameworks.
Okay, so meaning they're not promising you'll get rich quick.
Nope, no promises.
They're playing by the rules.
Exactly. They even address the Howey test.
Oh, wow, okay.
You know, that legal litmus test to determine if something is an investment contract.
Right, right.
Turbo makes it clear they don't meet the criteria.
So they're not about making promises, they're about building this project.
It's a decentralized, community-driven project.
Okay, so we've covered a lot already.
Yeah.
Turbo's unconventional structure, commitment to community involvement, and their transparent approach to the legal stuff.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
What stands out to you so far?
What piques your curiosity?
Honestly, it's this whole community-driven development model.
Yeah,
It's easy to say, but pulling it off is different.
it is, for
I'm
sure.
curious to see how they've made it work in practice.
Yeah, how do they actually do it?
That's what I want to know.
Let's find out. So you want to know how Turbo's community-driven development actually works?
Yeah, it's one thing to have online forums and voting, but how do they actually make progress?
Right. How do you translate all that into tangible results?
Exactly. I imagine it could get pretty messy.
You think so, right?
Yeah.
A room full of people shouting ideas.
Total chaos.
But Turbo seems to have found a balance.
Okay.
They've got some high-level goals and values in their white paper, like guiding principles.
So it's not a total free-for-all.
No.
There's a framework.
Yeah, like a shared vision.
Keeps everyone moving in the same direction.
Precisely. And within that framework, the community can propose and debate ideas.
Okay, so like a giant digital whiteboard.
Kind of, yeah.
Everyone's throwing up ideas and voting on what gets implemented.
That's a good way to picture it.
Cool.
And they use a variety of tools and platforms to manage all this.
So it's not just about features and tech stuff.
Nope.
It's about community building too, right?
Right. And marketing and even the design of their website.
Whoa, so it's really a holistic approach, like they're crowdsourcing everything.
In a way, yes. And this brings a lot of advantages.
Like what?
Well, for one, it makes them super adaptable.
Right, because the crypto world changes so fast.
All the time, you got to be able to pivot.
For sure.
Those traditional projects with their rigid roadmaps, they struggle to keep up.
Yeah, they can't move fast enough.
Exactly. Another advantage is the ownership it creates within the community.
Right, people feel like they're really part of it.
When they have a stake in the project's future, they're more invested.
It's like, being a passenger on a train versus being one of the engineers.
That's a great analogy.
Thanks.
And this ties into another benefit, innovation.
Okay, how so?
Well, you've got a diverse community, different perspectives, all contributing ideas.
Right.
That's a breeding ground for innovation.
Like a hive mind of creativity.
Exactly. And we see this in Turbo's achievements,
Yeah, we've talked about those exchanges they're listed on.
90 plus.
What else can be attributed to this community-driven approach?
Well, their market cap is steadily increasing.
Right.
And that's not just speculation. It's a reflection of the value the community is creating.
They're constantly pushing the boundaries.
Exploring new ideas.
It's like they've unlocked this hidden superpower.
By empowering their community, yeah.
It reminds me of the early days of the internet.
How so?
That spirit of collaboration, decentralized innovation.
That's a great observation.
It makes you wonder if this could be a blueprint for other projects, not just crypto.
It's a compelling thought.
What if this model becomes the new norm?
It could have huge implications.
Imagine businesses, nonprofits, even governments embracing this approach.
It could lead to a much more collaborative society.
A more innovative society.
Absolutely. And that brings us to an important question.
Okay.
What are the broader implications of Turbo's success?
What does it tell us about the future?
If they can do this,
Okay.
what does it mean for Web3 and beyond?
Big questions.
Big questions indeed.
Turbo's doing things differently in the crypto world.
For sure. And their success has got people thinking.
Yeah, it's not just about one project.
Yeah, it's about a bigger idea.
So is this the blueprint for Web3? Are we all going to be doing things this way?
Well, it's still early,
Yeah.
but Turbo's journey is giving us some valuable lessons.
What kind of lessons?
It's not just about having the best tech.
Okay.
It's about building community, having clear values, and making it easy for people to participate.
Right. And they're very transparent, especially when it comes to legal stuff.
Yeah, that's been a big part of their success.
It's refreshing to see.
They're upfront about the risks.
They're not hiding anything.
It builds trust.
Like they're saying, hey, this is a new space.
It's exciting, but there are challenges. Do your research and let's work together.
Exactly. And that collaborative spirit is really key.
People feel empowered. They feel invested in the project.
So decentralization is not just a buzzword for them.
No, it's about giving everyone a voice.
Using the collective intelligence of the community to drive innovation. And that goes beyond crypto, right?
Absolutely.
What if we applied this model to other industries, social movements, global issues?
Now you're thinking big.
Imagine communities empowered to solve climate change, poverty.
It's a powerful idea.
And Turbo's story suggests it might actually be possible.
It does, doesn't it?
So maybe Turbo is more than just a cryptocurrency.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it's a glimpse into a future where collaboration and community are the driving forces of change.
It's a future we should all be working towards.
Well, deep divers, I think we've reached the bottom of our Turbo deep dive.
We covered a lot of ground.
We explored their origins, their tech, their potential impact.
And as you resurface, think about this. Could Turbo's model spark a new era of collaborative innovation?
Could we collectively shape a better future? It's a question that will stick with me, and I hope it sticks with you too.
It's worth thinking about.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of Turbo.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.